Good morning, everyone. It's nice to come again in front of you and hope you all well. And as you are seeing my channel, that is Sandeep Kumar Gautam on YouTube. If you couldn't subscribe my channel yet, so please subscribe it so that you can get more new videos over here. Okay. So today we are gonna to discuss a new topic, that is ad hoc testable design techniques, which is also at designing techniques during the fabrication or the after manufacturing of the devices. Okay. So what do you mean by the ad hoc testing or ad hoc testable design technique? So one way by which we can increase the testability is to make nodes more accessible at some cost by physically inserting more access circuit to the original design. Means हमारा अगर टेस्टेबिलिटी को ज़्यादा अच्छा करने का कोई एक तरीका है तो एडहोक टेस्टेबल डिज़ाइन टेक्निक का हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. इसमें हम एक से ज़्यादा नोड को एक्सेसिबल बनाकर उनका इस्तेमाल करके हम उनकी टेस्टिंग कर सकते हैं. सो what includes in the ad hoc testable design technique means which kind of the testing we can use. So first is a partition and mux technique, second is initialize sequential circuit, second is disable internal oscillators and clock, and fourth is avoid asynchronous logic and redundant logic, and fifth is avoid delay dependent logic. So one by one we are going to discuss about the ad hoc testable design techniques. Okay, so first we are going to discuss about the partition and mux technique. So what exactly we have to do in partition and mux technique? As name indicate partition, so we have to partition this circuit. If we have a long circuit, so we have to divide into the different parts so that we can testable a single node of the circuit. And the second is that we can insert a mux in between of that so that we can get a more number of accessible node and we get a single output. With the help of the output we can compare it, and then after the testability can be increased. Okay, so since the sequence of many serial gates, functional block or large circuit are difficult to test, as name indicate that if we have a large circuit then definitely it is difficult to test, so we have to partition it, so such circuit can be partitioned. Okay, second, multiplexers or the mux, as the mux is known as the many into one, means that we have a many inputs and the single output, so we can use the mux can be inserted such that some of the primary inputs can be fed to partition part through multiplexer with accessible control signal, means the signal we are using in that we can control, means the controllability is good in that. Okay, third is with this design technique the number of accessible node can be increased as we are divide the large circuit into the different circuits, so definitely the number of accessible node can be increased and the number of test pattern can be reduced. Okay, so number of test pattern can be reduced but the number of accessible can be increased in that because we are doing the partition of the circuit. Okay, next, a case in point would be that we are taking example of 32-bit counter. Okay, if we have a 32-bit counter, if we divide this 32-bit counter into the two parts, so in a single part where we have a 16-bit and the other we have a 16-bit. Okay, so it would reduce the testing time, okay, in principle by a factor of 2 to the power 15. Okay, this is not a 2.15, it's a 2 to the power 15 basically, by a factor of 2 to the power 15. However, circuit partition and addition of a multiplexer may increase the chip area. हमें ये पता है कि that by inserting the multiplexer, because we are adding the additional circuit into the original circuit, so definitely it can increase the chip area. Okay, and definitely it can increase the delay time also of the circuit. Okay, so it can be a drawback of the circuit. So initially we can do it, but it's not a unique practice. Okay, so this is not a unique practice and it is similar to divide and conquer approach to the large and the complex problem. Okay, we can do this for the large and the complex problem only. Okay, so if we took example or the demonstrate it, so we can understand with the help of this diagram, as in this that we have a in is the input and out is the output. So we have a single circuit, but we have divided this single circuit into the different 3 sub-circuit, and in between of that we have inserted a mux. Okay, and mux is operated by a control 1 or control 2. Okay, so with this circuitry, at starting that we have a single circuit, but we have divided into the different sub-circuits, as well as we have inserted the mux in between of this. So definitely the circuit delay would increase and the chip area would be increased. Okay, but as I told you that this is not a unique practice. Okay, but we can apply this for the large and the complex problem. Okay. Second, we have a initialize the sequential circuit. So initialize the sequential circuit means that we have to understand about the property of the sequential circuit, as the sequential circuit are using the memory element which includes the register or the flip-flop combination. So definitely we have to initialize it. Okay, so when the sequential circuit is powered up, that we have given a input, or to operate it that we have given a powered. Okay, its initial state can be random, which is known as unknown state. Why we can say that this is unknown stage? Because that the sequential circuit includes the flip-flop, and flip-flop have a random signal generation. Okay, the property of the flip-flop is that it can generate a random signal, so we don't know what exactly could be the output. So that's why we can say that the initial state can be random or the unknown state. Okay. Second, in this case, it is not possible to start the test sequence correctly. Okay, as we don't know that what could be the output or what could be the initial state, so we cannot start the test sequence correctly. Okay, it can be a random or the bluff game or the blind game. Okay, by which we can start the testing. Third can be the state of the sequential circuit can be brought to known state through initialization. Okay, it's a good important point, very good. The state of the sequential circuit can be brought to known as or known state through the initialization. Okay, so in many design the initialization can be easily done by connecting the asynchronous preset or the clear input signal from primary or controllable input to the flip-forward latches. As I told you that sequential circuit contains the memory elements contains or refers to the flip-flop or latches. So if we do the initialization at the starting point, so we can connect the asynchronous preset or the clear input signal from the primary और द कंट्रोलेबल इनपुट टू द फ्लिप फ्लॉप और लैचेस. मीन्स द फ्लिप फ्लॉप और लैचेस में अगर मैं कोई एसिंक्रोनस प्रीसेट और द क्लियर इनपुट सिग्नल को अटैच कर दूं या कनेक्ट कर दूं, तो इससे मैं इनिशियलाइजेशन प्रोसेस को कर सकता हूं इसके. ओके, सो थर्ड पॉइंट वी हैव डिसेबल इंटरनल ऑसिलेटर एंड क्लॉक्स. ओके, मतलब क्या हुआ इसका कि हमें जो इंटरनल ऑसिलेटर्स और क्लॉक हैं उनको हम डिसेबल अगर कर दें तो इससे भी हम इसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. सो टू अवॉइड सिंक्रोनाइजेशन प्रॉब्लम ड्यूरिंग टेस्टिंग और द टेस्टेबिलिटी, इंटरनल ऑसिलेटर एंड क्लॉक शुड बी डिसेबल. सिंपल. फॉर एग्जांपल, if we could place example here, so rather than connecting the circuit directly to the on chip oscillator, the clock signal can be odd. क्या करेंगे हम लोग इसमें कि बजाय इसके कि हम जो हमारा सर्किट है पूरा का पूरा उसको हम डायरेक्ट किसी ऑन चिप ऑसिलेटर में ना लगाकर उसके क्लॉक सिग्नल को हम और गेट से पास करा दें विद डिसेबल सिग्नल फॉलोड बाय इंसर्टिंग ऑफ द टेस्ट सिग्नल एज शोन इन फिगर. यहाँ पे आपको दिख भी रहा होगा, ये दिखा देता हूँ मैं आपको. ऊपर वाला एक ऑसिलेटर लगा हुआ है, इट इज पास थ्रू दी एज बिकम ए इनपुट फॉर दी नॉर गेट and the decibel clock, and then after we have a test clock is passing through a OR gate. It is being followed by a NOT gate also, so it becomes a NOR gate. Okay, but the clock signal can be ORed with the decibel signal followed by an inserting a test signal, and then after pass through the circuit and we'll get a output. Okay, next point is avoid asynchronous logic and redundant logic. asynchronous logic को हमें avoid करना है और redundant logic को भी. the redundant का मतलब क्या हुआ कि 2 or 3 sequence containing the same information, so by which it irrespective of to take all the sequence like that, the sequence 1, 2 and 5 contains the same information, so irrespective of taking the all sequence together, so we have to choose anyone from this. So we can choose 1, 2 or 3. So among all the input sequence, so we can choose any input, so it is known as a redundant. Okay, so the redundant node cannot be observed since the primary output value cannot be made dependent on the value of the redundant node. Okay, तो ऐसा हम कर क्यों रहे हैं? अगर मैं इसकी बात करूँ तो हम देख सकते हैं कि कुछ पॉइंट मैंने डिस्कस किए. द रिडंडेंट नोड कैन नॉट बी ऑब्जर्व्ड सिंस द प्राइमरी आउटपुट वैल्यू कैन नॉट बी मेड डिपेंडेंट ऑन द वैल्यू ऑफ द रिडंडेंट नोड. एक पॉइंट हो सकता है. दूसरा क्या हो सकता है कि हैंस सर्टेन फॉल्ट्स ऑन द रिडंडेंट नोड कैन नॉट बी टेस्टेड और डिटेक्टेड. ठीक है. और नेक्स्ट क्या हो सकता है कि फिगर शोज द बॉटम NAND गेट 2 एज आई विल शो यू. दिस इज बेसिकली दी नीचे वाला जो NAND गेट लगाया है इसको हम एक रिडंडेंट बोल सकते हैं, जबकि एक स्टक एट 1 हुआ है तो इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस टू द सर्किटरी और द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द सर्किट. सो बेसिकली द आउटपुट वी गेट फ्रॉम दिस सर्किट can be error free because the redundant circuit is being introduced in this and this is stuck at 1. Okay, so how would I say when I talk about this circuit, the enhancement of the testability requires a serious trade-off. Which kind of a trade-off we are using? The speed of synchronous logic can be faster than the सिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट काउंटर पार्ट. ओके, सिंक्रोनस सर्किट जो भी होते हैं तो उनका जो सर्किट ऑपरेशन होता है वो तेज हो सकता है, वो बढ़िया हो सकता है, वो स्पीडी हो सकता है इररेस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द सिंक्रोनस लॉजिक काउंटर्स. ओके, हाउएवर व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द डिजाइन द टेस्ट ऑफ द एसिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट आर मोर डिफिकल्ट देन फॉर अ सिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट एज इट इज स्टेट ट्रांजिशन टाइम्स आर डिफिकल्ट टू प्रिडिक्ट. ओके, तो हम कह सकते हैं कि जब डिज़ाइनिंग की हम बात करते हो तो एसिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट्स आर रियली मोर डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज इनका जो स्टेट ट्रांजिशन टाइम है वो डिफिकल्ट होता है प्रिडिक्ट करने के लिए. ऑल्सो द ऑपरेशन ऑफ द एसिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट इज सेंसिटिव टू द इनपुट टेस्ट पैटर्न. साथ ही साथ क्या है कि हमारा जो एसिंक्रोनस लॉजिक सर्किट है उनके जो ऑपरेशन है उसको हम ये कह सकते हैं कि वो एक सेंसिटिव होता है इनपुट पैटर्न के, ऑफन कोजिंग अ रेस प्रॉब्लम एंड हजार्ड ऑफ हैविंग मोमेंट्री सिग्नल वैल्यू अपोजिट टू दी एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू. तो क्या होता है कि मोमेंटरी जो सिग्नल आउटपुट हमें मिल रहा है वो एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू से हमारा डिफर हो सकता है. तो ये भी एक प्रॉब्लम है हमारा एसिंक्रोनस सर्किट के साथ में जब हम डील करते हैं. समटाइम डिजाइन इन लॉजिक रिडंडेंसी यूज टू मास्क अ स्टैटिक हैजार्ड कंडीशन फॉर रिलायबिलिटी. हाउएवर द रिडंडेंट नोड कैन नॉट बी ऑब्जर्व्ड since the primary output value cannot be made dependent on the value of the redundant node. Okay, क्या क्या कहा है यहाँ पे कि however the redundant node cannot be observed since the primary output value cannot be made dependent on the value of the redundant node. यानी कि जो redundant node हम लोगों ने यूज़ की है, ठीक है ना, तो उसकी जो प्राइमरी आउटपुट है, प्राइमरी आउटपुट की जो वैल्यू है हमारी उस रिडंडेंट नोड की आउटपुट पर डिपेंड नहीं करती है. तो इसलिए इसका ऑब्जर्वेशन या ऑब्जर्व करना उस वैल्यू को थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होता है. हैंस सर्टेन फॉल्ट्स ऑन द रिडंडेंट नोड कैन नॉट बी टेस्टेड और डिटेक्टेड. इस वजह से क्या है कि हम उसको डिटेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं, ना ही हम उसको टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. ओके, सो एज आई कम बैक टू द फिगर, सो फिगर शोज द बॉटम NAND 2 गेट इज रिडंडेंट एंड दिस इज स्टक एट 1 फॉल्ट और इट्स आउटपुट लाइन कैन नॉट बी डिटेक्टेड. If a fault is undetectable, the associate line or the gate can be removed without changing the logic function. When we are not supposed to get the faults, where exactly we can detect a fault if we are not getting it. So definitely we can remove it without changing the logic function. Although it is unessential to test redundant node when they are designed in a backup part. Okay, although it is unessential to test redundant node when they are designed as a backup part, either to enhance the circuit reliability or to increase the fabrication yield. The use of redundant circuits can make test generation much more complex and difficult. So if in fact we talk about more test generation, in fact the test generation, especially the random or deterministic test generator or generation would not be able to recognize design intent. So some redundancy in the circuit may be unintentional due to the lack of design efficiency. Okay, so figure number 2 indicates a redundant logic gate example, and this 2 equivalent gate with redundancy remove. Okay, so we can avoid the synchronous logic and redundant logic. If redundant logic means that if we are not using this circuit for the circuit operation, so we can remove it without changing the original circuit operation of the logic function of the circuit, and we can get the total values as we are gonna to get when the redundant circuit is being introduced into the original circuit. Simple. Okay, next is avoid delay dependent logic. So we have to avoid the delay dependent logic, means the circuitry or the component which is creating a delay into the circuit, so we have to avoid it and we have to remove it and try to make that the operation is being not affected by removing the delay dependent logic. Okay, so chain of the inverter can be used to design in delay times and use AND operation of their output along with the input to generate pulses. Okay, or most automatic test pattern generator ATPG program do not include logic delay to minimize the complexity of the program. Okay, so क्या कहा है स्टार्टिंग में कि चेन ऑफ इन्वर्टर कैन बी यूज टू डिजाइन इन डिले टाइम्स, कि हम इन्वर्टर की एक चेन का यूज कर रहे हैं इसके अंदर, ठीक है, डिले टाइम्स को डिजाइन करने के लिए, एंड यूज एंड ऑपरेशन ऑफ देयर आउटपुट अलोंग विद द इनपुट टू जनरेट पल्सेस, और साथ में हम एंड ऑपरेशन का यूज करते हैं ताकि हम इनपुट पर पल्सेस को जनरेट कर पाए. सो जो ऑटोमेटिक टेस्ट पैटर्न जनरेटर होते हैं हमारे यूजुअली प्रोग्राम डू नॉट इंक्लूड्स द लॉजिक डिले टू मिनिमाइज द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. यूजुअली जितने भी ATPG हम लोग यूज़ करते हैं डू नॉट इंक्लूड्स द लॉजिक डिले, उनके अंदर हम लॉजिक डिले का इस्तेमाल नहीं कर सकते हैं टू मिनिमाइज द कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी ऑफ द प्रोग्राम. So as a result, such delay dependent logic is viewed as a redundant combinational logic. So हम ये मानते हैं कि जितने भी डिले डिपेंडेंट लॉजिक हमने इसमें लगाए हैं तो ये शायद हमारी तरफ से क्या है कि रिडंडेंट कॉम्बिनेशनल लॉजिक है, एंड द आउटपुट ऑफ द रिकन्वर्जेंट गेट इज ऑलवेज सेट टू लॉजिक 0, विच इज़ नॉट करेक्ट. अगर हम डिले डिपेंडेंट लॉजिक इसके अंदर इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे विच इज ऑल्सो नोन एज ए रिडंडेंट कॉम्बिनेशनल लॉजिक, सो आउटपुट ऑफ द रिकन्वर्जेंट गेट इज ऑलवेज सेट टू 0, विच इज नॉट करेक्ट. अगर हमारे हमेशा 0 मिलेगा सो वी आर नॉट सपोज टू गेट द एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू, एवरी टाइम वील गेट अ फॉल्टी वैल्यू ओनली, बट द एम इज to detect the fault free output. Okay, thus the use of delay dependent logic should be avoided in design for the testability. Okay, so we have an example, a pulse generation circuit using a delay chain of 3 inverters. We can say, so at starting that we have an inverter is passed through with the help of the feedback or the second output. So output of the first inverter is passed through a direct line, and then one output is passed through the 3 or the chain of the inverter, and this output of the chain of the inverter is passed on to the input for the next AND gate. So definitely we can say that if we are using the redundant circuitry, so suppose that the input we have inserted at starting is 0, so 0 converted to 1, 1 is goes to this. So at starting that we have a 1 goes to 1 pass through the inverter, we'll get a 0 is passed through the inverter, we'll get a 1 is passed through the inverter, we'll get a 0 is passed through the inverter, we'll get a 1. So definitely we can say that at starting that we have a value 1, and pass through the chain of the inverter, we'll get a value of 1. So why unnecessary that we have introduced the chain of the inverter? So we can avoid it, we can remove it so that we can get the desired output. Simple. Okay, so this is all about the ad hoc testing and the testability by which we can use the circuitry for the testing purpose. So this different type of the testing schemes could make you more better understand that how we can test the circuit and how we can delay or redundant the circuitry from the original circuit so that we can get the appropriate output. Okay, so we have a references Yusuf Kang, VLSI design by Pucknell, and CMOS design by Neil and Weste. Okay, all these are the references for the particular topic which we discussed among you. So definitely, if you have any sort of the query or the questions, so definitely you can WhatsApp me, or you can mail me, or you can give your feedback on my channel, so that I can do more better to enhance your knowledge. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.